really tight. He did some fuck shit that I didn't agree with before. I forgave him. I gave him a pass.
This is way back.
Not even way back.
What he did?
It's personal, and it involves like personal people to me, right?
Right,
so he did some shit, and I gave him a pass, and I told him, before he did it, I told him, don't do that. But he still continued, and he did it, and it was whatever. Let it pass. But then fast forward, I'm holding him down. He's in Cape Town, whatever. Then now, in order for this thing to happen, he's now obviously in his new relationship, right? Cool. We go out for drinks. Me and him engage the same way we engage all the time. It's like how I engage you. If I say some shit to you that's a bit like maybe alarming to somebody else, but you know what type of time I'm on.
100%. Yeah, and I say some shit back to you, and it's like,
but maybe at that particular encounter of socializing, maybe the partner or other people didn't like that. They felt like, yo, this is weird. So when I left, maybe I feel, this is my interpretation, that somebody said to him, bro, why does this dude speak to you the way he does? Because, and he couldn't just say, yo, man, this is my homie. Me and him have this kind of relationship. We've engaged like this. And even say, yo, actually, it's none of your business. Leave it. So what he decided to do is to, when he was drunk at night or like rolled up on some exotic or whatever he's on, right? Allegedly. Decided to send me voice notes and text talking crazy to me, right? So I just said to him in the text, keep the same. Oh, and I was supposed to do the show on Sunday. And then he says to me, I think that when we had drinks was the Friday or Thursday. And my joint was #1 on his dumbass show. Right? And I was like, weird. Like, because if I have a show and you're my homie and your song is doing well on my show, I'm going to call you and say, yo, bro, the shit you dropped, it's going crazy on my shit. Shout outs, you know? Yo, let's double up, pull up, you know what I mean? So he hits me up to do the show, but he doesn't, it has nothing to do with firstly the joint or anything else. I'm about to drop my album. That's what I'm on. Then he says to me, no, the show was canceled, and he's swearing, and I'm like, bro, first and foremost, I didn't ask you to come to your show. Secondly, nobody's listening to that shit. Right?
I mean, to be fair, it's the biggest hip-hop show on radio.
You know what the problem is with hip-hop? We're so focused on being the biggest in a pond all the time. We can't be grateful to being the biggest ice block in the bucket.
You spin.
That's useless, bro.
You spin.
All we try, yo.
I'm not gonna say it's useless, but I get your point. I'm not gonna say it's useless.
It's useless because how many records have broken from that show? Apart from controversy and saying, you mean this person can't rap, this person can't do that. Okay. Show us results that work in the space that you're working in, right? And that's why in anything that I say about dude, I'm not attacking your character. I'm not going to talk about who you are because I know who you are. And me diminishing you is not helping me, bro.
Yeah, not at all.
I'm going to let you do that. You're good at that. You're really good at that. All I have to say is that you saying that, nah, don't come to my show, doesn't hurt my feelings. You disrespecting me and calling me out my name hurts my feelings. And where my feelings are concerned, you best be able to say that shit to my face. That's all I ask.
Or rather to be accountable for it.
That's whatever accounting means. Whatever accounting means in your language.
Yeah.
Be able to account for it. And that's all I ask for. And at that moment, I was never gonna hit him because in his mind he probably thought, "Oh, you want to hit me, bro?"
Your body language, your hand gestures,
bro. Anybody that knows me, I'll tell you.
I know you,
my dog.
Anybody that knows me, there's a difference between my body language, I'm gonna hit you, and me hitting you.
Of course,
but you build up to it.
I don't build up.
Do the action, nigga.
I don't build up.
Or you just go straight to it. There's no foreplay.
There's nothing to build up.
Nah, there's building up. Bro.
No, there's no building up.
I've seen you take fades, like fair ones. You know what I mean?
But
and that's a build up. That's like, okay, let's go and let's take the fade. I've seen that.
Yeah,
right?
even in
but
those
it was a build up.
No, but in those fades, there was no build up. Think about it. Even that fade that I lost, that was like, oh, let's go outside. And then I was so drunk I couldn't even handle my own. Right? In that particular fade, the buildup wasn't there because when I arrived to that fade, I jumped on the table to take that squabble.
Okay.
There was no buildup.
Okay.
The only buildup was you guys saying, stop. We want a kumbaya and build a circle. I was like, nah.
That's what we're going to do first. Nigga.
That's when I felt like this is a scam. And that's why that nigga was on top of me. That's why that nigga was on top of me. But I'm not the type of person to say, oh shit, I won. No.
Yeah.
I was drunk.
You're
not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I definitely didn't get hurt. I was at Pop Bottles the next day.
Okay.
Fly it in the day before.
Okay. Well, what you mean when you say you spoke out your name? What does that mean?
Bro, if you swear at me in any way,
that's calling you.
If you're calling me out my name, if you say fuck in my direction, you're calling me out my name. If you say bitch in my direction, you're calling me out my name.
Shit.
If you say anything that has to do with anything that doesn't have to do with me, you're out of line, bro.
Out of your name.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, keep it cordial, keep it respectful. If you can't and you want to stand for something else, that's on you too.
Yeah.
I don't make threats. That's the difference between me and a lot of people. I don't make threats.
Let me ask, have you